Not bad, huh?
He's no timberman.
Well, he sure is good raw material.
What is up, guys? This is Paintball Ruin My Week. So this week, this week, and like a couple weeks I was kind of gone, right? I'll talk about that a little bit in this video. But today, we have more Paintball Ruin My Life merch in the store, like headbands, t-shirts, this sweatshirt, and a lot of new paintball guns, as well as a tank, and just more paintball guns. So if you have frequented this channel often, you will know that I have in the past sold headbands. We've had barrel covers in the store, t-shirts. Now there are more new headbands. I think there's 14 on there right now. Some new t-shirts. This hooded sweatshirt, I almost said crew neck sweatshirt. There's also a crew neck sweatshirt on there. Some long sleeves. There's a beanie, which maybe you can kind of see. It's behind me. There's a hat. But I am the most excited, I would say, about headbands. There's a whole bunch of them, right? They're all denim cotton. This is probably my favorite. This turned out, I ordered, we made just these black ones, and then I bleached them. So I really like the way that one looks. They're made of 100% cotton. They're all denim. So they're very like soft. They tie really well. They're extremely comfortable. Have that normal, terry cloth on the inside. And then the same sizes as like all the old Sandana stuff. So like the original Sandana stuff, this measures exactly the same size. Like if you had your eyes closed, you wouldn't know. They're very nice. I like them a lot. They're 25 bucks. You can go there now and buy them. There's a link in the description or right there. So with that like little self-promotion promo thing out of the way, I hate doing that stuff, but we gotta like figure out how to pay for this channel somehow. But this week, or last week I should say, Dye announced the Dye M3 Plus. So the M3 Plus isn't like a new gun per se. I mean, I guess it's new, it's like a new model, but it's not like a redesign, right? It's kind of like Planet Eclipse has done with like the CS 1.5 or like the LV 1.5, where it's sort of just a model refresh. They're not like a new bolt and like a bunch of new internals. Just a few things though that we'll cover right now. So with this version of the M3 Plus, there's really kind of 5 things they've changed. They changed the solenoid housing. That solenoid housing is supposed to be a little bit more responsive, a little bit faster, making it just use a little bit less air. So you should find the M3 Plus be a little bit more air efficient. They've actually added a soft face like tip to the bolt. It looks very similar to the versions that are coming on like the Axe or those Empire Mini GSs. Should add a little bit of cushioning to the front of that ball. Maybe if you're shooting like really, really brittle paint, that soft tip will help. I've really never noticed all that big of a difference though with like, I don't know, say the Planet Eclipse guns where you can actually change out to that hard or soft tip. I always just use the hard tip because I never really found a need for that soft tip though. But it's, good to have. I mean, I guess it's not bad. It's also coming with the 4th version of the eye pipe. The eye pipe's been a little bit redesigned, a little bit thicker in some key areas to make it just a little bit more robust. And that 4th version with the M3 Plus will also fit in the M3S, M2, DSR, and Proto Rises. And Dye are finally changing the on-off on the M3 Plus. So the M3 Plus is coming with the new slap on-off. For a long time, Dye shipped the airport on-off that was coming on like the M2 or the M3S. They just didn't like them. They were kind of annoying, really finicky. They had a plastic lever. That lever would break sometimes and you got to replace it. So the easy on-off, or I should say the slap on-off. The easy on-off is actually an on-off that's made by Inception Designs that looks very similar to this slap on-off. Also another on-off that looks very similar is the Planet Eclipse Pops on-off. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I really like the look of that easy on-off and the Planet Eclipse Pops on-off. Both of them work very well, and it's good to see Dye finally switch up from the airport. So this is those 5 things. They're also like, coming in different colors. There are 6 colors, 6 like standard colors, if you're counting the PGA colors. And then there's also 2 limited edition ones that are from Dye Labs that they're only making 10 of. So if you're pissed off and you just got an M3S and you're like, God damn it, I just bought this thing. Dye is having like a promotional upgrade thing, I don't know, we're gonna call it, where if you have an M3S for 10 bucks, you can get an eye pipe, the new 4th gen eye pipe, and that new bolt system. You can also buy that housing if you want, that solenoid housing. They're $60. There's no word yet on that slaps on off yet though, if they're gonna be available. I did ask, and they said at some point, but I don't know when that's gonna be. You can buy those things right now for $15.95 at your favorite paintball retailer. The DLX Luxe X. So the Luxe X is a new paintball gun from DLX in their Luxe lineup of markers. So the Luxe X or 10, we don't really know anything about. They just sent out to the dealers and like, you know, everyone this flyer. They kind of just was getting people ready for a new Luxe. This weekend coming up is the NXL World Cup in Florida, where they will be showing off that gun. So I asked, they wouldn't tell me anything. They're like, you gotta wait till this weekend. So we should see some more information on this Luxe X. It is the 10th anniversary, so this could be something really special from them. I hope it's awesome, and I'm really looking forward to seeing a new Luxe. So this is for sure the best looking gun we're gonna talk about here on Paintball Ruined My Week. The Twstr CS2. So if you're not familiar with the Twstrs are a paintball guns, or like a series of paintball guns that are made by Committed Paintball. So in this case with the CS2, they just buy a bunch of CS2s, mill them, make them look cool, give them that Twstr milling, and then sell them to you. Yeah, they only make 100. So they're $18.50. There are only 100 of these things. And yeah, they're all gone already. You can't buy anymore. So you missed out. They were sale for a little bit. So these things are $18.50. They're quite a bit of money. They're $300 more than like base CS2 prices, but only $100 more than those private label ones. Like if you want to get an Impact one, or like a Nebula anodized one, or I don't know, any of those special versions that Planet Eclipse are releasing, the Twister's only $100 more. You're getting that really limited and very, very cool, and should I say, very expensive to manufacture milling. And they also come with a lifetime warranty from Boston Paintball and Committed. So if you have an issue, you just kind of send it to them. They fix you up and get you on your way. CommittedPaintball.com is where you can buy them, but they've sold them all, so you can't buy anymore. They're cool. If you bought one, cool. And then we got a little bit of a teaser for HK Army's new gun. Again, something I don't know anything about, asked and would not be told. Really what we all think this is, or at least what I think this is when Bob Long was sold and then turned into Field One, the rights and like, I don't know, IP and stuff like that for the VCOM were sold to HK Army. So that Bob Long gun, HK Army could now manufacture, or that Field One gun, HK can manufacture now. And that's kind of what I think this is. I think this is just like maybe a refresh and like a new version of the VCOM. Probably gonna still have that like Victory changeover motor engine stuff going on. Yeah, what I would like to see is maybe they do make the VCOM, but make it $700, $800. I don't want to see a $1,200 HK Army VCOM redesigned gun. Like, I just don't think that's gonna work for you guys. So I would like to maybe see that gun, but half price. Get into that high-end mid category, whatever that is, that like $700,000 price. I would like that. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll find out soon though, as World Cup is coming up and we'll see it in person. Well, I won't be there. We won't see it in person. We'll see pictures, pricing, and all that important stuff. HK Army are also getting back in that tank game with the Aerolite in the Aerolite ExtraLite tanks. So their Aerolite tanks are kind of just a standard compressed air, or I should say standard carbon fiber compressed air tanks that are coming in two sizes. They have a 48 and a 68 size, and in 4 colors, red, blue, smoke, and clear, which is gonna kind of make that like grayish color that we're used to seeing on compressed air tanks. And that ExtraLite tank, they're coming in 68 and 80. So just a little bit longer in that 80 size. So this is something else that's like really new, and I didn't really think about when I was touching one. So I actually held one of these 80 ExtraLite tanks, and at the time, yeah, I didn't think about it. But I'm pretty sure these are the exact same bottles that we're gonna find on the Ninja and Empire tanks. So there's not gonna be that big of a weight difference. So if you're looking for like, the lightest 80 compressed air tank, it's still gonna probably be that Empire 80 Ultra, or like, these new Ninja, or I should say, HK Army Aerolite ExtraLite tanks. And there's also 2 regulators they're using. So on the standard tanks, that Aerolite tank, they're just having like a generic compressed air reg. It's gonna look very similar and probably really actually be the same regulator that Empire is using. And then on those ExtraLite tanks, the higher end tanks, they're using the Powerhouse regulators. So Powerhouse regs are very nice. I think everyone I've ever heard who've owned one or used one have been very happy with them. So what's kind of cool with the Powerhouse rigs and these bottles they're using is that most of this is all going to be made in the US. So those bottles are 100% made in the USA. And then for the most part, those Powerhouse rigs are. So like the bodies, the threads, and all of the internals for the Powerhouse rigs are made in the US. It's just the gauge and then burst discs that they're not getting made here. So it's mostly made in the US, so that's good. That is good for your local economy. And you just know stuff's made a little bit better, maybe. One of the drawbacks, though, to these HK Army Powerhouse regulators is that they come with aluminum threads. Like the part you're screwing your tank onto your gun, that part has aluminum threads. Whereas if you bought a standard Powerhouse regulator, like directly from Powerhouse, those threads would be stainless steel. It's just a little bit nicer. You can't cross-thread stuff as easy, and just feels better when you're putting your tank on your gun. I almost forgot what I was doing there. I was like putting your tank on something. So that's Paintball Ruined My Week. A lot of stuff has happened since the last one of these videos, but I didn't want to cover like 80 things and this be a 2-hour long video. So I kind of just took the big cool things that happened, maybe say in the last month, and just threw them in here. Coming up this weekend, though, is World Cup, so definitely the following week will probably be a long video. So we're probably going to cover all those guns again. Maybe not the M3 Plus, just because we know quite a bit, but definitely see that Luxe X in there. And then a lot of other new products coming out. So stay tuned next week for even like more new stuff. And you will notice that I said next week. So I definitely took a break from this thing. I think it was about a month and a half. Break from the YouTube and really just kind of the internet in general. And I'm trying to come back, right? This is the first video back. I'm not rushing it. So we're doing this one, and then hopefully Wednesday you see something. I would like paintball question time to come Wednesday, and then more stuff the following week. We're getting there. Again, I gotta figure out how to support this channel and make this work. We have gotten some feedback from some manufacturers who are willing to sponsor and kind of help a little bit more. But hopefully me continuing and making videos can maybe spur interest a little bit more and maybe help get more support from the manufacturers. Maybe you guys can buy some stuff so I can, help this channel grow. Maybe get an office and an employee. That's what I really want. I'll quit rambling. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies, the 2% of you that are watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.